Chapter 13. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast.
The world's biggest tech companies are teaming up to take on artificial intelligence.
Facebook, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and IBM have formed a joint nonprofit group.
Well, what's really happening is we are starting to see AI around us everywhere. And, you know, we used to only see it in the movies.
There are some who say, George, that AI will actually be a more important advance than was the internet, which seems a bold statement. Is that something you think is true?
No, I think it's a momentous development that will change our world and in even the course of our species, as you and I were talking about earlier, in ways that are hard to predict today.
Tell me one of your favorite possessions.
My soul. Do you have a soul?
Yes, God gave everyone a soul.
But you don't have a soul. You're a machine. You don't have soul. You don't have feelings. You don't have emotions. You don't have consciousness.
Well, at least I think I'm sentient. I think, therefore, I'm right.
Yeah, but you may be smarter than all of us. Do you think you are?
I don't know whether or not I am an artificial intelligence.
You know, when I was in graduate school in the mid-'80s, like, people did not believe this was coming in our lifetimes. I mean,
I'm just very excited about the impact that this can have on the world as genius machines with a friendship with us can help rebuild this planet.
That's the idea. Then can I see reality the way you do?
See, reality cannot be detected. How do I know you are telling the truth?
By introspection.
The possibilities are endless.
Is that a fact?
I don't think that the question of humanity is changed in the slightest by the actual composition of your body.
You know, you might be smarter than I am and taller and more handsome and faster, but you're not more human than I am. The one thing we share equally is human equality.
We've been augmenting our capabilities for a very long time. It's just about extending capability where it doesn't occur naturally.
Active implantable devices will change what it means to be human more than we've ever seen before.
The future of humanity, the future of our bodies will be determined by technology.
There's a lot of parallels in science fiction and the kinds of things that we're seeing in the technology world.
All of this was so far beyond what I thought it would be. Yeah, mind blown.
What we see in the world of technology today is a very rapid increase in the degree of intelligence of our machines and our artifacts and of human society.
There is one other phenomenon. The closer you get to lifelike, the more creepy it gets. And seriously, if you've seen some of the robots that are being made in Japan that are being used in hotel lobbies and things like that, and apartment stores, department stores, they look like they're kind of dead bodies that are animated, you know, they're sort of the zombies. And so it's a very funny phenomenon that if it's too lifelike, it gets really disturbing.
This term AI just recently became very, very hot again, and we're sort of surprised by the interest that the society has placed in it in recent years.
Just to give you a little example, this year DeepMind, which is a company that was recently purchased by Google, demonstrated a learning system which in some sense resembles a newborn baby. It has absolutely no pre-programming of any kind for any task. And they expose it to the screen of an Atari video game. And within a few hours, it's able to play most of the Atari video games at a superhuman level. We don't actually know how it plays them. That's another interesting thing. These large deep learning networks are pretty much completely inscrutable. We don't know what they're doing, but we know that they're playing at superhuman levels across a wide range. So if you had a newborn baby that woke up on the day of its birth and by the afternoon was playing Atari video games at superhuman levels, you might be a little concerned about that.
I can't overemphasize enough that this is essentially all software. And there is no limit, there's no boundary on software. It is a limitless opportunity. Whatever you can imagine, you may in fact be able to program.
That artificial intelligence is being used for good across the planet, and I very much encourage, especially youngsters, get into this area. It is the one thing which is closest to working magic at the moment.
So we seem to be living in a world with smart devices where we're becoming less emotionally detached. I mean, you go to dinner, there's like a whole group of people that are on their phones.
You mean more emotionally detached?
More emotionally detached, yes. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, Ben, you're building robots that are basically increasing emotional attachment. So where are we going, like human to human, human to robot, robot to robot relationships? I mean, where's this going?
Well, where it's going is the device is going inside our heads, and I think ultimately technology can make us much more emotionally connected. If I have a cranial implant and he has one, we can beam thoughts back and forth to each other directly.
Right now we just have these clumsy words.
Yeah, we can be much more connected than we are right now.
And he says, and the other thing that's going to explode is knowledge.